Financial 911 trying to rescue the economy from recession. What does it all mean for you and your finances? Terry Savage is a syndicated personal finance columnist with the Chicago Sun-Times. Her latest book, The Savage Number, How Much Money Do You Need to Retire? Can I Get Through Tomorrow? She joins us from Chicago. Terry, great to see you.
Good to be with you, Tony.
What is this you were talking about a moment ago to us here? Triple witching day. What are you talking about here?
Well, you know, I know the market's opening now, and if you are addicted to the stock market or you're a trader, then you know it's going to be a volatile day, not only because of yesterday, and there'll be a rebound, but because this is triple witching day, options expiration, leaps expiration. But for most people out there who are just worried about the balance in your 401k account, let me assure you, you should not be going crazy with these ups and downs. You just keep that money flowing in. If you're going to retire 20 years, 15 years, you need to keep investing.
Well, Terry, let's sort of parse this out a little bit. Was that the open there? Was it up 91? The Dow was up 90 or something? Let me see that number again here. Dow up 95. The roller coaster ride begins. And you're saying don't be a Dow watcher.
Tony,
I think, yes.
You're going to be around. You're going to be around a long time. Do not think about your retirement money now. Think about the long term when it comes to investing.
I love your optimism. All right, let's you know, Larry King did a big show on this last night. And I want you to hear some of the advice from CNN's personal finance editor, Jerry Willis, and then let's talk about it, all right?
All right.
You want to make sure that you got enough money in the bank in case you lose your job. You want emergency savings. You want to make sure that you've got a safety net. Maybe you even take out a home equity line of credit so that if you do lose your job, you can pay your mortgage for the next 2 or 3 months until you get a new one.
What do you think? You know, you're at home, you're listening to a bunch of advice out there. Guide us. It's all yours.
Well, my friend Jerry always gives good sound advice, and that certainly is. You know, it's an interesting headline this morning. The president's about to speak. Bernanke said to Congress, do something because monetary policy, lowering rates won't do it. So there's now talk about giving people a tax rebate, and the implication is, well, they should go out and spend it.
Yes.
Now, look, number one, I think it's great for Washington to acknowledge that taxpayers do a more efficient job of spending their money than government. They should always keep that in mind. And I'm sure some people will need to spend it on their higher heating bills, higher gasoline costs. It'll be very welcome to many people. But the idea that you have a patriotic duty, if there's a tax rebate, to go out and go shopping is very strange. And my advice, along with many other experts, would be, oh no, don't go out and buy new stuff unless it's food and absolute necessities. Use it to pay down the bills you already have, all of which will be showing up in your mailbox from that Christmas shopping any day now.
Whoa, so pay down your debt right now is the advice. If you get a $500, $600 rebate check, and don't go blow it on pay down a debt.
Yeah, you know, I'm sure someone out there is saying, well, advice like that's going to cause a recession. Look, I'm talking to you. It's personal finance advice.
Yes.
And it's not your patriotic duty to carry the world and the American economy by going shopping. This is going to be an interesting time. It's a much broader-based slowdown than we've seen before because it's not just the people that worked in autos and steels like in past recessions where they would go out of work and then the economy would pick up. Now we've got financial services people being laid off, people in the retailing sector and everything that flows out of housing. So this could last a while, and you need to plan your finances accordingly. Let me add to Jerry's advice. This is a time where there are still jobs that even though you're a young executive, you might want to get out and get a weekend job as a waitress on the evenings, something like that, to store up a little extra cash.
So you think, are we in a recession now? I mean, that probably doesn't matter technically. It's probably what you feel in terms of your own personal finances, but what do you think?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. They never label a recession until they've finished it, at least 6 months, because it's technically 2 consecutive quarters of declining growth. Yeah. But it certainly feels like a recession right now. And, of course, if it happens to you in your job, then for sure it is one. And it could happen. So the watchword is to be smart about your bills and to, first of all, face up to your finances today. So many people are just burying their heads. I don't want to know. I won't think about it. Pile up those bills, figure out what you owe, make sure you can figure out a way to earn some extra money, pay a little extra on your bills, get a little extra work, and be careful now because this is the time when we sort out the people that survive and prosper and those that are going to be struggling, and there are unfortunately too many of those around because too many people have too much debt.
Terry, that's terrific. Terrific advice. Just what we needed this morning. Good to see you.
Thanks, Tony. Remember, we get through all recessions and get better in America. It never is the end.
Exactly. All right, optimism. She ended on an optimistic note. We love that. Terry, great to see you. Thanks.